Oren Skoog here with one of the most productive and hands-on environmental agencies in all of Southern California. Why don't you come check us out for a little while? Today I'm here with Brian Mukes, who helps run the kelp forest restoration project for the Santa Monica Baykeeper. Brian, what up? What are we doing today?
Today we're going to help bring the kelp forest back to life. Are you ready?
Uh-huh, ready.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
The Kelp Forest Restoration and Monitoring Project was started in 1997 as an overall response to a lack of kelp in Southern California since the 1960s. Since the 1960s, we've lost over 80% of our kelp forests. The Kelp Project has a staff of only 1, but a volunteer list of over 100 divers. Kelp forests are really important because over 800 species depend on them.
All species that ever live depend on kelp. Fact.
A quarter of all California marine species depend on kelp forests during some part of their life. Recreational and commercial fisheries both depend on kelp forests being stable and productive. Endangered species like rockfish, sea otters, all depend on kelp forests being healthy. Kelp forests are also refuge for juvenile fish.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run down this transect line right now.
With transect lines, we monitor how many species are in the restoration area, before, during, and after restoration. We monitor specific species to indicate how healthy it is.
Oh my gosh! Look, it's a giant bat ray! That's the importance of kelp forests. They have so many cool animals that would not be here otherwise.
Kelp has many uses. It is used in paint,
Cleaning your mask,
toothpaste,
hide and seek,
ice cream,
a necktie,
food preserver gels,
blowing your nose,
cosmetics,
rhythmic gymnastics.
and of course, beer. One of the biggest threats to kelp forests in Southern California is overfishing of the sea urchin predators, sea otters, sheephead, and lobsters. There's a simple food chain in effect here: predators, urchins, and kelp. Once you functionally remove these natural predators from the system, the urchins explode, eat all the kelp, and the whole forest is decimated. Once the kelp is gone, over 800 species that depend on it also go.
Brian! You gotta look at this area, an urchin barren.
Oh no, here's another kelp forest that has been completely decimated.
Let's get to work.
What Oren is doing right now is removing urchins from the restoration site where the forest has been decimated. We have special permits that allow us to transfer urchins away from this locality to an area where they can no longer harm our work in progress.
Bye-bye.
Now that we've removed the urchins, we first take some reproductive blades of healthy kelp. We then fill these bags with them. These contraptions release millions of spores and are the most effective way to repopulate a kelp forest.
All right, let's spread it out evenly now. Remember, Brian, we're rebuilding an entire ecosystem.
Sometimes Oren thinks he's running the show. Since the start of the Kelp Project in 1997, we've restored over 3 kelp forests off Malibu and over 2 in Palos Verdes, and we're currently working on more. In that process, we've moved over 450,000 urchins. That's all using a volunteer work crew on a shoestring budget. We're always looking for volunteer divers, but if you can't dive, you can still donate to the cause and make a positive difference.
Why do I do this? Well, you don't see it above the surface, but without these kelp forests underwater, the ecosystem is destroyed. And that's why we take care of these forests, because you take care of the kelp, you take care of the ecosystem. You take care of the ecosystem, you take care of the humans. And I am a human.
We really appreciate having volunteers like Oren that are so passionate about helping these underwater ecosystems. Sometimes it gets a little too passionate and it gets weird.
But seriously, your donations, they go a really long way, and volunteering for these guys is a blast. It's a friggin' hoot.
We started out with just a few divers and now have over 100 volunteers, guys and girls who donate their time and diving skills to the project, all just as passionate as Oren, because it's fun doing something good for the environment. It's amazing. We just give a little push and nature does the rest of the work.
And you really should check out the website to see more about what they're doing. They've got tons of projects. The kelp restoration is just one of them. There's many ways that you can help.